What's up, MMA fans? Today we are catching up with Goiti Yamauchi. It's a pleasure to have you. How are you, Goiti?
I'm good. My pleasure.
Yeah, just telling people I'm in Rio de Janeiro. Goiti is in Paraná, Curitiba. Goiti, tell us about your camp to face Mike Venom Page on Bellator 292, March 10.
Well, my training camp is doing great. I feel, you know, as always, I'm always say my best shape of my life. I'm just keep growing, keep learning, and this time it's not different. Just keep improving every day, learning new things, and putting my mind and my body in the perfect shape. So I'm very glad and happy with where I'm at now. So so just excited to fight next month.
You're coming from lightweight division, doing a great job in welterweight, just knocked out uh, Gracie. Uh, you never faced such a taller guy. He has a big reach advantage. Uh, have you ever faced it? That's the question. Have you ever faced some any opponent with such a reach advantage?
Not not actually. Not. I think I think I had training sessions with the taller guys, but in the competition, I think this is the the first time. So I have a great arm length, but he's he's even bigger than me. So it's going to be interesting.
Do you know exactly the difference, the reach advantage he has over you? I saw the size. You are 177 in meters. You 190. What about the reach advantage? Do you know in centimeters?
I don't know exactly his reach advantage, but I know it's much bigger than my reach. So, but I would check.
I would
I would
check.
check.
Yeah, we know exactly what you guys are planning to do. It's pretty clear. He's one of the best strikers of MMA. He's going to try to keep the fight standing up and try to knock you out. And you are the submission guy. Most of your wins are taking opponents down and submitting. Of course, you're showing also a great striking technique. But in that case, particularly, looks like you're trying to take him down. Have you done something different in that camp? I mean, have you trained more wrestling or grappling itself, or you're doing the camp like you did against, for example, Neyman Gracie?
It's a bit different than Neiman Gracie because totally different styles. Neiman is a grappler. Michael Page is a striker. So, but the focus is always, like I said before, it's always in my grappling game. I think the finish of the fight, the end of the fight will depend off my grappling. If I'm going to knock him out, if I'm going to win by decision, it all depends off my grappling. So that's always my focus. People know me for my grappling, and for this fight it's no different. I will attack him. I'm not going to, I'm not expecting to die. I'm going to take his head off. I'm not I'm not thinking too much how I'm going to finish this fight, but I want to win. I want to fight like an animal.
He's coming from a loss to Storley. What have you learned from that loss MVP got from Storley against Storley?
Um, it was a great fight. Both they made a great fight. But I could see a small advantage from Storley, and what made different that fight was exactly what I was talking about. That it is the grappling. Grappling made that fight different. Is going to make this fight different too. I think my grappling will be the key for this fight.
Also, Storley will be fighting for the belt against Yaroslav Amosov. This guy, yeah, he's coming from war, from Ukrainian war. He was defending his country. I mean, of course, he spent the last 3 months having not having an athlete's life.
Yeah.
Uh, do you expect this fight to be different from the first one when Yaroslav won?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. I think the first fight between those guys was pretty close. Was pretty close fight. But I think the timing will help Storley. The timing, everything is is, is is doing good for him, and not that good for the champ. So I I'm expecting Storley wins this fight, but anything can happen, right? But if I could bet, I would bet in Storley.
Also, Storley is training with Jackson. It might fight with you for the opportunity to be the to be in the next title shot.
Yeah.
Do you think that that's a good point for you too? Because in case of Yaroslav win is would be better for you. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's going to help me if Storley beats Amosov. It's good for me. It's good for the division. I think my style against Storley is just perfect. I want this fight real bad. I really want this fight. I want to fight. I want to fight more Storley than Amosov. And if he get the belt, it will be easier to me. It will be you know a free path. So I hope he win this fight.
Because Jackson trains with Storley in Kill
Yeah,
Cliff.
his
Huh?
partner.
Uh, Also, I want to talk to you about the Grand Prix, the lightweight Grand Prix. Of course, if you didn't go up to welterweight division, you certainly would be in that Grand Prix. And we have 4 fights already set it up. And I want to know, who do you think, who are the 4 guys you think are going to be in the quarterfinals? Uh, I'm going to ask you,
All
Usman
right.
and Benson Henderson. Who do you think
Um,
is going to win? The champion?
Usman. This one, Usman for sure.
Patrick Pitbull and AG McKee.
Patrick Pitbull.
Tofiki and Shabli.
Tofik.
Tofik. And what about Outlaw and Mansoor?
Mansoor.
Mansoor is going to win.
Yeah,
Great.
that's my
Uh,
bad.
if Scott Cooker decide to make a Grand Prix, 1 million Grand Prix welterweight in 2024, gonna be in.
I'm in. 100%. I'm in. Just send the contract and let's go. Let's do it. Hoping he does it again.
Also, it's very interesting because you were born in Japan and you fought in the first edition of Bellator against Rizin. You were not in that one.
Yeah.
If you get the belt, is there any opponent you would like to face in the next edition of Bellator against Rising in your home country once you were born in Japan?
Of course, there's a Japanese fighter. Um, People talk a lot about him. Daichi Abe, his name. I really want to face him. He's a great matchup. So I hope the next this cross promotion show. I hope to be fighting and against Daichi Abe.
And how was for you to fight in Japan, Goichi? Once you was born there and you came to Brazil really young. You don't know you don't speak Japanese, but I think Japanese fan must have received you very well. How was that experience to you?
It was amazing. One of the best experience of my life. It just I always remember that moment. Even today, I remember that moment with a lot of love and in my chest, a lots of gratitude. It was a very special moment for me, and I want to repeat that kind of moment in my life over and over again. I think for not just for me, Japanese guy, but for most of athletes, most of fighters that goes to Japan, I think they feel the same thing or almost the same thing that I felt because the atmosphere is very good. Japan, they respect a lot the fighters. They have a good energy. So, like I said, one of the best feelings that I can ever felt.
Great, great. I hope you have that feeling again with the belts. Imagine
Thank
fighting
you.
in Japan, being the Bellator champion is gonna be a hell of experience for you.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for the interview, which was a pleasure.
Thank you so much, Marcelo. I appreciate it.
Thank you.